Hey there, welcome back for another video of The Walking Dead that I do every week, like usual. And today I'm just going to go over Season 3, Episode 10 of The Walking Dead, as I didn't say that like 4 or 5 times now. But anyways, what I usually do every week, right after the episode, I just say what the episode was about, going over just roughly over the episode and whatnot. So, let's get started. We start out with a mentally handicapped Rick Grimes. What I mean there is because he sees his dead wife everywhere now. Last episode we seen her on the balcony, like just looking over everybody, and now we see her in the graveyard. So, Rick was just doing stuff around the prison, being mental and everything. He looks down to the grave, he's like, oh, there's Lori, so he goes down. He looks down for a second just because he doesn't believe what he's seeing. And he looks up, and it's true, he didn't actually see this. He's just going mental. Then he looks around for a bit, and he sees her again by where the lake is, where they have down outside of the fenced off area. So he's pretty much like, should I go down there where it's not safe and probably zombies might be biting me? He's like, seems legit, might as well go down. He goes down, and he's hugging his dead wife. That's how the episode starts. We see a mentally handicapped person, or not mentally handicapped, but like a physically not a good leader going after a ghost. That's how it starts. So it's going to be a good episode. Then it goes off to Woodbury. Woodbury is obviously in shambles because of what Rick did to them. The governor starts talking to Andrea. Andrea and them talk about like safety and everything, about what's going on with Woodbury. The governor's like, you should be leader once I die or something happens. Okay, then Andrea's like, okay. Then it goes off to Daryl and Merle. Daryl's like, should we go back to the prison because that's a really safe place? Merle's like, no, screw them. It's not safe. We should just be by ourselves. Then it goes off to, then it just cuts off to Glenn and Herschel. Glenn's like, how are the zombies coming in? And everybody's like, I don't know. Then Glenn's like, we should investigate and everything like that because Rick's obviously not capable of doing this. And then Glenn is talking to Herschel about Glenn's like, we should actually go back to Woodbury and put a bullet in the governor's head so he wouldn't be expecting it. And then Herschel's like, no, we should actually get out of this prison because it's not safe anymore and we should just run away. That was that for a bit. Then it goes to the governor talking to the science/new guy. That's why I'm going to talk to him, because that's what his name is to me now, because I actually don't know his name. But they talk for a bit, and the governor says to him, you should stay close to Andrea, because when I'm gone, I need to know intel on her. After that, Andrea is outside asking where the governor is, and I'm just going to cut it off right here. Sorry about that. I just thought something was just looking at me outside, but obviously there isn't. But anyways, like I was saying, Andrea is asking where the governor is. Then she goes to the science/new guy, which I don't know his name because I'm really horrible with names. But he's on a supply run. He's outside of the walls. We don't know where he is actually, and stuff like that, because we obviously know the governor is off doing some dirty trick. But yeah, it's just, that's what happens with them for a bit. And then it goes off to Rick's group, trying to find out where the zombies are coming from inside the walls. And blah 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 blah, they can't find it, so Glenn's like, I should just go out and circle the base and whatnot, find some supplies while I'm doing this, and stuff like that. Then Herschel's like, you should talk to Maggie about this and whatnot. Then they go off, and Glenn's like, okay. Then he goes off, talks to Maggie. Maggie's like, oh, I don't know what's going on, and they talk for a bit about like useless stuff. Then it goes to the prisoner and Carol. There we go, Carol. I'm really bad with her name. But Carol, the new prisoner, I think it's called Axel, and Carol talk for a bit. They get close, like, more than a little bit. Like, I think Axel's trying to get more than friend, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, then it cuts off to Daryl and Merle. They find a new group under attack on a bridge. And then Daryl's like, we should go help them, and then he runs off and starts to help them. Merle's like, that's not a good idea, we don't have much supplies, I'm not going to do this, but he's like, he already sees Daryl's gone, so he goes out and like, screw it, I'm helping. They clear out all the zombies for the new group. The new group is like Spanish, so we don't know what what they're saying. And Merle's just going through their car. It's like, oh, I should take this and this and this. Then Daryl's like, that's not what should happen. He points his crossbow at Merle's head and is like, stop it right now. And then he tells the new group to get in their car and leave, with Merle like off to the side because he has the crossbow pointed at him. And the new group goes away. Daryl starts running off into the woods where he finds it safe. Merle's like, oh, I'm just gonna follow you for a bit, and he grabs hold of Daryl's like shirt for a bit and rips. Then we see, like, interesting is because it's actually talking about backstory with them, because we never, in the comics, they're not in there, so we don't know their backstory and whatnot. But once his t-shirt ripped, we see a whole bunch of scars on Daryl's back. And Merle's like, with wide open eyes, he's like, he did that to you too? I had no idea. And Daryl's like, yeah, he did it. Once you left, then he just cuts off. He's like, after you left, he's like, cuts off for a bit. And then he's like, I'm going back to the place where I know where I belong. Which obviously we know that's the person, because that's the only place we really know. And he starts going off, and Merle's like, screw it, I'm following you. Then that's it for them for a bit. Glenn and Herschel talk about him being next in line, because Rick's mental right now, and I really hate Rick right now, and I hope he's next person dead, but obviously we know that's that's false. But anyways, he's like, I'm next in line, I have so much pressure on me and whatnot because Daryl's gone, and Rick's just, I hope he dies soon, just saying. But then he's like, I'm going out for some supplies and check the barriers and whatnot. So he does that. Then it goes off to Rick in the woods. He hears some names. He looks out, and then he crawls back. He just walks back into the safety, where just right outside the fence. So him and Herschel talk for a bit about his mental issues, about him. Then finally, Rick opens up saying, "Yeah, I actually seen Lori, and that I actually seen Shane at the town and whatnot." So he's just starting to open up to Herschel. Then, let me see here. Okay, new prisoner, Axel. I hope you didn't really like him, because now he's dead. And there's nothing else to say, but he's talking to Carol, and he's like, blah, 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 shot in the head, boom, dead. And it's like, oh, shit. Because it pans out for a second, and we see the governor's face just popped up. It's like really wide and whatnot. We just see the governor. Then there's a big shootout. Then during the end of the episode, where it's just because it's like in the middle of the firefight, a big truck just crashes through the two gates that's securing the prison, and once this truck stops, the back of it opens, and a whole bunch of zombies just start crawling out. Everybody doesn't know what to do. They're just trying to shoot the zombies now and whatnot. And you see the driver of the truck run out. The governor picks him up. And then we see another truck, which is Glenn. He comes back, picks up Herschel, because he's in the middle of the gates. Like, he's talking to this is the middle of the gate. He's right here, and Rick's right here. They're talking for a bit. Herschel starts going back. Glenn picks him up, goes to safety. Then Rick starts getting attacked. Pretty much, he's like, 2 zombies are on top of him. And we're like, oh good, Rick's gonna die, yay! Because I'm like, yes, I'm like cheering in my bedroom. I'm like, yes, he's gonna die. Then we just see an arrow through one of the zombies' head, and I'm like, damn it, not this time. Then we see Daryl and Merle's back. Oh, yeah, I just put plus Glenn, because I didn't really care about Glenn. I was like, yay, Merle and Daryl's back. Rick's not bit, damn it. But anyways, that's the episode. So now we know that the zombies are all inside of the prison. We don't know what's going to happen because pretty much the governor's like, screw you guys because you're such a small group. I'm going to do this to you guys because when he was getting in his car, he was shooting in the air, which many people might not know this, but the zombies are attracted to noise. So when he's shooting up in the air, the zombies are getting attracted to the actual prison, and then they start going inside. That's why he was doing it. So now we know that Rick's like really pissed off and everything. And that was the end of the episode. There you go. You can click off now, but I'm just going to say 2 more things, like what I think is going to happen in the next episode, because I was pretty accurate with last episode saying that Merle and Daryl was going to come back, which they did. And I actually liked Axel. I'm sad. That was my next person who I liked from the other person that I liked a while ago. But anyways, from there, what I think is going to happen next episode. I think that Rick's going to clear out the prison again. They're going to try to find out how to fix up the gate, like try to fix up the 2 gates. They're going to do that. I think that's just going to be what's happening in the next episode, and Rick's going to be planning how he's going to bring down Woodbury. I think that's going to be happen. So, like usual, I'm going to sign off here and say this. If you want to see my gaming channel, you could go to Doc Gaming 58, where I do Jak and Daxter, which I didn't upload very often now. And Othvin Gaming, where me and my friends talk for a bit about, like, not talk, but we play for a bit, and we upload what we have fun with. So, like usual, see you until next time.